Hey, what's up, y'all? What's poppin'? It's D. About to react to this vid by Spill Sesh. It's titled "Euphoria is done." Why fans think it should be. It says, "Is Sam done?" I heard there are some issues with Sam's character, which she was one of my favorite characters actually. So that would be disappointing if there are some issues with her or her not returning or whatever the case, and then Fez is gone. So honestly, I feel like y'all could keep it. And y'all have already had us waiting a long time. I feel like it's already been years. It's probably only been like one, but whatever. I already am over it, and I knew I would be over it. When I first saw that headline that they wasn't coming back to 2024 or 2025, because yeah, I was in 2022 when I saw that, and I was like, I might not even care about Euphoria by the time that time comes. And lo and behold, I'm not really with it no more. I'm not. So there's that. If it's done, whatever. It was a good run. But let's see what they have to say in this video. Let's watch.
I have this video planned for a while now discussing the reasons why people have recently said Euphoria shouldn't return for a third season.
I can't stand her. On the left, I can't stand her. She could definitely get the fuck on. I'll watch another season. All right, I'll be talking shit running my mouth. But I will watch if it comes out. But please keep Jules off of it. I think that's her name. Keep her off. Oh, she got him on her.
Now discussing the reasons why people have recently said Euphoria shouldn't return for a third season. All these reasons that we're talking about, all have been things that I plan to talk about well before learning about the recent passing of Angus Cloud, which has only added another reason why people are calling for the show to end. But that's not one of the reasons we're going to talk about today. Like I said, I had this video planned for a while, but I just figured I would add that in because that is something that recently did happen. Now, I love Euphoria. I remember when the trailer came out for the show and just watching it over and over again, feeling like this was going to really be something big. Pursuit of Happiness played, and I just felt like, wait, is this going to send me back to high school or something? I just felt like people needed some sort of raw depiction of the high school experience, and this was about to give it to us. And I will say that now that the show is out, it's certainly an extreme version of high school, but it got people talking, and it was a huge
high
hit.
school?
So
I was not
don't
on
want to be
drugs.
some sort of person that's like, oh, I don't like Euphoria.
I guess it's Jersey high school.
I like Euphoria, okay? But there's things that have happened and things that have come up over the years since it's aired that people are like, I don't really know if a third season is in the cards for them. I think that HBO will maybe still try to do it just because it has been an award-winning show for them, but a lot of the fans recently have just been losing interest in the idea of it coming back for that third season. Now, when Euphoria first aired, I remember waiting every single week for the episodes to drop summer of 2019 and falling more in love with the camera work and the soundtrack of the show. And by that Halloween, everyone was dressing up as the characters from the show. Everyone wanted to do Euphoria makeup. I mean, I remember going and looking up the makeup artist that did the makeup for the show and what products she was using and buying them for my friends, and we were all using them. It was a time. Even if you weren't watching the show, you knew of the aesthetic. Because one of my friends had a birthday party. She didn't watch Euphoria, but it was Euphoria themed. And it was just because it was fun to glitter up and do the eyeshadow looks and dress like the characters of the show. The hype was huge, and Zendaya was winning awards for the show, and the anticipation for season 2 was all anyone was talking about. As each episode dropped, theories swirled online about what would happen the following week, and although the season was good, some people were starting to note that in season 2, the fan theories were almost better than what was unfolding on the actual show. People had a million theories for what was going on when Rue was in Lori's house, and yet she just managed to escape, and we didn't really see her face any consequences yet for not having the money to pay her for the contents that were in that suitcase that she got from her. People were also expressing their disappointment in Kat's character season 2 as she was feeling more like a side character.
Oh, Kat is who I liked. I said Sam? My bad. Listen, it's been so long since I watched this goddamn show, so I don't remember all the people's names. But if this is Kat, I meant I like Kat. Who the fuck is Sam? Is it the blonde girl? Anyway, I like her.
And everything that had happened with her in season 1 when she was a whole main character seemed to get undone this season. From her and Ethan breaking up to how she was acting this season, she just didn't really have like a main storyline that was fitting with everyone else. And the way that she was, when she was on screen, people were like, I don't like Kat. Like, I just don't like her. When she was a fan favorite from season 1. At one point, Dumois ended up posting a tip on their story saying, Euphoria T, Barbie Ferreira, Euphoria. New season of Euphoria is going to be real dark. So much so that some actors, especially Barbie Ferreira, were not vibing with the director's vision. Barbie got into it with him on set and left one day. He then cut a lot of her lines, hence why she's not in the trailer or at the premiere.
I heard this.
And Dumois wrote on the story, this was the Euphoria email I was referring to last week. If true, it makes sense because Kat has been done dirty this season so far. Speculation kind of started as to what happened and if this was a reason behind her not being in season 2 so much, and rumors swirled even more as to whether or not she had butted heads with Sam Levinson, the show's director and writer. And I mean, with the way that people were reacting to how she was in season 2, the rumors were not hard to believe. And after some speculation,
I think that's kind of wild to try to tell the director, even the writer or whoever, like, I don't like the direction of this. Girl, you are here to act, bitch. That's it. You are not involved in any of the shit behind the scenes and us putting this show together. You are here to read your lines, and that's the fuck it. I think that's very, very weird. And I don't care how they depict you. It's a character. This is not your real life. So whoever can't separate your character from you in real life, that's their own mental instability. Who cares? Who cares? Like, what? As an actor, I wouldn't be like, this ain't what I want. Like, what? And I'm sure they felt like that on Game of Thrones as well. Because, you know, the way that ended disappointed a lot of fans. And I feel like a lot of people, a lot of the cast, they weren't feeling how it ended either. But guess what? They showed up to collect that check and do their job because they're actors. They're not writers. They're not directors. Not producers. They're actors. You there to act. So, I don't know if that's true. But if it is, girls, sit the fuck down.
And Barbie ended up announcing on her Instagram that she was leaving the show entirely,
Oh.
posting to her story saying, after 4 years of getting to embody the most special and enigmatic character, Kat, I'm having to say a very teary-eyed goodbye. I hope many of you could see yourself in her like I did, and that she brought you joy to see her journey into the character she is today. I put all my care and love into her.
That's the problem, Kat, or Barbie, is that you were trying to put yourself in the character. And I get you're supposed to do that in acting. You're supposed to try to embody who the character is, but you're not supposed to try to mesh yourself with the character. You're supposed to separate yourself from the character entirely. You're supposed to try to become whatever whoever that character is. But you're just saying, what she said? Hope many of you could see yourself in her like I did. That's the fucking problem, girl. Why were you seeing yourself in her? Why not just see her as a character? Okay, I'm going to enter into the mindset of this character. And even if that character changes completely, okay, now I have to become this new character or this character that she's evolved into. It's not about you and who you are as a person. But am I tripping? That's not acting. Girl, so maybe you do need to go.
To feel it,
Fuck out of here.
Catherine Hernandez. A few months ago, she did end up opening up more about leaving the show on Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast.
She's
where she
annoyed
said
me.
that she didn't actually leave set one day because of a fight, because that's what Dumas posted in that tip. But she said that she had sprained her ankle one day, and that's the only time that she ever left set. But in regards to her character in season 2, she didn't feel like Sam could relate to Kat in that he writes for things that he relates to.
No, is that you're not on the show anymore.
Yeah.
And that maybe you walked off set one day.
I actually did not walk off set.
Okay. I can imagine that being overblown. And also, like, what does that mean walking off set? Yeah.
You left for the day?
Yeah,
I
like-
sprained my ankle once and had to go get an x-ray. Maybe that's what they mean.
Did you want to leave the show or would you have preferred to stay?
I think it was a mutual decision. I think my character, who I love so dearly, I don't think there was a place for her to go. I feel like with season 2 and having certain parts of it that I felt was like kind of a struggle for both parties, Sam, me, it was a struggle to find the continuation of her. So that was actually really hurtful. Watching it and seeing the fans get upset. I don't know, I just felt like maybe it's like I overstayed my welcome a little bit. Sam writes for like things that he relates to. I don't think he relates to Kat. I relate to Kat. So I could go on my own path. And at first I was like, oh my god, I'm a flop, I'm a loser. It really has been a good thing.
Season 2 aired in 2022, and as time has gone on, people have been wondering when to expect a season 3. But the dates have only continued to get pushed back. And with the recent strike going on in Hollywood, the dates have been pushed back even farther to 2026.
Y'all can fucking keep it.
The characters won't even look like they're in high school.
2026?
Speculating that there will be a time jump, but people were also just feeling like where the story left off in season
I love
2,
Nate.
they could just break up where they left things because there was so much to unpack still. So who knows what will happen, but this news already had people feeling like they won't care a couple years from now. And aside from people feeling like waiting all of that time just wasn't going to be for them, Sam Levinson, the show's writer and director, also found himself facing backlash on several occasions as people have started questioning his use of nudity in his shows. Following the release of his recent project, The Idol, starring Lily Rose,
Oh, I heard that was terrible. I'm not
he
watching
found
it.
himself with a lot more people against him. The show received tons
Oh,
of
that lace
backlash
front that
for
Weeknd got
raunchy
on
and
is
disturbing
horrible.
storylines, with most scenes feeling
Oh, but that
wildly
ponytail.
unnecessary to the story, glorifying abuse, and strangely written storylines of locking away the intimacy coordinator at a photo shoot, and all of these things had people starting to question Sam. They were like, wait, is this guy okay? Like, what's going on? Reports claimed that the show's original director had the main focus of the show surrounding a woman who was finding herself sexually, but once Sam joined the project, it was turned into a show about a man who gets to abuse this woman, and she loves it. Almost everything being said about the storyline of the show was negative, with people criticizing Sam, saying, I watched one episode of The Idol, and I would like to ask every woman in Sam Levinson's life if they are okay. Because the way this man feels about women is radiating off the screen, and holy hell, he hates us. The only thing he likes is when women suffer. Just watch The Idol and have to say Sam Levinson deserves prison time for this one. Sam Levinson really played his...
Alright.
And he had done where she talked about what it was like around where it feels unnecessary for there to be nudity, but there seems to be nudity anyway, and just all around criticizing Sam. People also referred back to an interview that Sydney Sweeney had done where she talked about what it was like working with Sam and said that there were times where she felt like there was unnecessary nudity with her character Cassie, and she had expressed that, and he was like, okay, let's take it out. So that was something that people were like, see, like, he does put these, like, moments in there that don't need to be in there, and why is he like this? Definitely after The Idol, people were looking at him differently, and just feeling a little different about Euphoria. Reading into scenes from the past season and interviews that the cast has done, it just felt like there's been more and more people that have come out to say that this show should not continue. As much as people have been fans of the show, and there was a lot of people that were expressing want for a third season after season 2, it just felt like as time went on, people were like, you know what, I'm good. Now, I'm sure if it did continue and a third season was put out in a few years, people would tune in out of curiosity. I'm sure I'm going to tune in for curiosity if it's actually
in 2026.
I want to know what you guys think.
They can fucking keep it. I don't want it in no 2026. Bye. As far as the actors getting involved, first off, I'm not in the acting world, so I don't know how this works exactly, but it just seems weird to me that they would be so invested and try to have some say-so in the direction that the show is going, because I just feel like that's not your job. And I understand that some writers or directors, they would probably consider the actors' opinions to a certain degree, because you do want them to feel comfortable in the role, but ultimately, it's just not up to y'all. That's not y'all job. You're there to act, to read a script. I don't get it. It's not, what's her name? Barbie or whatever the case. Girl, we didn't even know about you until this show. So it just gives entitled to me. That's just how it comes across. Obviously, I don't know the full story, but just based on these deets that were given in this video, it just comes across a bit entitled. Just like, oh yeah, I related to the character and the direction that it was going, and I just didn't relate. Like, girl, what? I'm annoyed with these people. I'm annoyed with Euphoria, and if y'all think I'm about to watch in 2026, you're probably right, because maybe. But as of now, I'm annoyed, and I'm thinking now that I won't. But who knows what the fuck I'll be thinking in 3. That's 3 goddamn years away. Who knows? Who knows how I'll be feeling? Maybe I'll be bored and I'm needing something to watch. So maybe I'll be like, whatever, turn it on. Or maybe I'll be like, I'm over it. I don't want to watch it. These niggas is old now. They don't, like she mentioned, they don't even look like they're in high school. What are we doing? You better take them to college, but then is it going to have the same effect? I don't know, child. But I'm annoyed. I'm over it. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.